and welcome to healthyhouseplants.com, where we teach you all about gardening in the great indoors. If you'd like to support our show, please use our Amazon affiliate link below. Today, another viewer-inspired video from Brittany Edwards, who asked, how would you recommend cleaning an African violet or another such plant with fuzzy leaves that aren't supposed to get wet? Great question, because that's true. Fuzzy leaf plants like African violets and some other fuzzy leaf plants aren't supposed to get wet. Especially with African violets, if you wet the foliage a lot, what will happen a lot of times is various foliar diseases, which can then kill the plant. So I'm going to show you today how you can clean the fuzzy leaf plants without water, or with a very small amount of water if necessary. Okay, so here's an African violet. Got one here, chose one here without a lot of bloom so you can see the foliage here, because we're going to be cleaning the foliage. You generally are not going to need to clean the flowers themselves. The flowers don't last that long, but the foliage lasts a lot longer. So what I suggest using is paint brushes. So we have various sizes of paint brushes here, as you can see. And you choose ones with a little bit of a firmness to the top part here, to that part here, but not too firm. Okay, so something that has some give to it, because you do want to be gentle with leaves when you're cleaning them. As I mentioned in my other video, I do have a video on how to clean leaves in general, so you do want to be careful. Okay, so what you want to do is just go ahead and experiment with the various sizes. And for instance, the smaller sizes as well are great for little areas. So you basically just go in there and you dust with the brush, and you can also use makeup brushes, although some of them are a little too soft where they don't really get any traction in there to get off the dust. So dust is going to collect and things like that on your African violets over time. So you can use the smaller ones, like I said, to get in there. I will sometimes use a white napkin or something so I can see what's coming off of there. Not much coming off of there because they aren't that dirty, and I do try to keep them clean, but this is the best way to do it. Now, when you are also cleaning, you want to clean underneath as well. Plants have stomata. Those are their breathing pores. That's where they breathe, and that's also where they emit moisture into the air from. So most of the stomata are on the underside of the leaf, so that's another reason why you want to keep them clean. So you just brush as mentioned on here, and as mentioned, you can try various size brushes depending on the size of your plant. So for mini African violets, you would want to use a lot smaller brush, and as mentioned, for the areas that you can't reach with the big brushes, you want to use a smaller brush too. I'm getting a little bit of a buildup on this white napkin here, not a lot, but a little bit. I can see some dust here, little pieces of dirt that accumulates as well. So that's building up here. So giving it a nice cleaning. It's very good to keep your leaves clean, as I mentioned, for the stomata, so the plant can breathe, because plants breathe and then they clean the air for you when they're breathing. But if their stomata are all clogged up with dust, they're not going to do a very good job for you. It also will compromise the health of the plant if you don't have the stomata nice and clear for breathing. So here we go. You can see I've cleaned this guy up pretty well. If needed, if it's very dirty, if the plant has gotten very dirty for some reason, maybe it's in an area of the home where it gets dusty or something like that, you can put a fine amount of water, so with a fine mister, onto the brush, but just a little bit. So we're talking about a fine little misting spray, and then go ahead and dust a little bit. There's such a little bit of water on that it's going to evaporate very quickly and not wet your foliage, so to speak. So there you go with how to effectively and safely clean fuzzy-leaved plants. You want to use, as mentioned, art brushes, paint brushes, and or makeup brushes as well also work as mentioned. That would be the hardest in terms of the bristles that I would use. I wouldn't use something like a toothbrush, for instance. It's just too hard. You're gonna have a lot more of a chance of creating striations on the leaves where it brushes and hurts the tender foliage. So there you go, this plant, and plants just look better when you've cleaned them too. So if you like the shiny leaves, which many people do, by giving them a little bit of a brushing, you're going to bring out a little more shine in the leaf of the plant as well. Thank you for stopping by today. Please leave any comments about any indoor gardening tutorials you'd like to see. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. And please check the bell if you'd like to be notified when new videos are released.